Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PPV BreakDown. In this show, we will break down the card of a specific pay-per-view that's coming up and analyze each match separately and give my opinion to you about what might happen, what are the conditions going into the match, and what the future beholds. But that's my opinion, and by the way, let me introduce myself. My name is João Basílio. I'm a 22-year-old wrestling vlogger. Up until this point, I've been doing videos for the Portuguese online wrestling community. I'm known for producing SmackDown, which is a weekly show, and Battle Royal, which is a live show before Raw. Kind of a pre-show of sorts. Way better than theirs, might I add. Anyway, here we are. This is a new show in English, new experience for me, and I hope to bring you my opinion to an international audience. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, I have to say, I couldn't have done this without the support of Is Wrestling News. This blog has come to me and said, you should do this, and hey, who am I to say no to some people who know what they're doing? So don't forget to check them out. The pay-per-view we are about to analyze is, of course, the biggest party of the summer for WWE, none other than the big two, second one of the big two at least. It's the WrestleMania of the summer. It's SummerSlam. Let's get right into it. Where is SummerSlam? Well, it's kind of a tradition by now. It's in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Let's run down the card. First off, I'd like to say this show is being taped on a Wednesday. SmackDown hasn't come out yet. We don't know about pre-show matches, or if there even is a pre-show. We don't know any last-minute matches. So far, all we know is there's no tag team titles on the line, there's no United States Championship on the line. We might come up with some matches that could fit the bill for SummerSlam, but besides the Tag Team Championship, don't expect the United States Championship to be defended. Let's start off with the Intercontinental Championship, which will be on the line, The Miz defending against Dolph Ziggler. Well, let me tell you, this match, I don't have a problem with this match. I have a problem with The Miz's new character, this Hollywood heel. And here's why. Miz was a pretty decent heel. He did his thing. WWE thought, yeah, this thing has run out. Let's give him something new. And The Miz is a guy that's always ready to take on movies and media appearances for WWE. Good for him. He's a utility player, as Stephanie once said. I think it's great they're giving him the Intercontinental Championship, a prestigious title that they should raise up to a new level because, of course, we only have one top title now, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But see, here's the thing. The cocky Hollywood heel, that worked once for The Rock. And here's the difference between The Rock and The Miz. One of many. The Rock was successful. He went to Hollywood. He kind of stayed there. He came back and did his shtick. But, see, The Miz, what's his claim to fame on Hollywood? The Marine? Seriously? Or, as he would say, really? Because that's what, it's kind of hard to say, oh, he's a cocky heel and I should hate him. Every time I see The Miz, it's like, it's delusions of fame, which he is a pretty famous guy. My God, he's a superstar on WWE. But, oh, I live in Hollywood now and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like, dude, you're not there yet, so who are you fooling? You're not fooling me. So the character, I don't really like it. Now, on the other side, we have Dolph Ziggler, a guy which everyone and their mothers have been clamoring for a push. Push this guy. Make him a main eventer. Get him out of the mid-card. He's too good to be there. I agree. I think Dolph should get a push. However, and in regards to this match, I don't think he will win the Intercontinental Championship. I think since The Miz won it just last month, he will get a decent title reign. Therefore, The Miz will most probably, and this is my opinion, will retain the title at SummerSlam. Moving on, Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Here's an interesting match because once again we have Roman Reigns, which in my opinion is the new or the future golden boy of WWE, because ever since he popped up with the Shield, my God, people have just gravitated towards him. It's been amazing, and I give him credit where credit is due. The guy is amazing. He might be the next John Cena for WWE, which is huge for him and for WWE. WWE needs to get a new John Cena because John Cena won't last forever. He's young, he's got the look, he's aggressive, he's got a great finisher, he has a connection with the audience, he has everything. It's the total package. And is now making his way to the main event. Some people will say, oh, he's already there. Not exactly. This match with Randy Orton might elevate him to that point, the main event, because he's going up against, well, Randy Orton. He's a top guy, one of the top guys. No one can take the main event spot away from Randy Orton. But what Orton can do now is elevate Roman Reigns to a new level, a level which, in my opinion, I think he deserves to be at. So who will win this match? I'm not saying Roman Reigns needs to win this match, but he needs to come out on top at the end. So a DQ finish for Roman Reigns probably wouldn't work, but say Randy Orton winning and say Roman Reigns coming out on top in the end, spearing in the end, and just standing tall at the end, that would work pretty well. Because the match itself, yes, it will be a testament to see, okay, this guy can hang with the best. And yes, Randy Orton is one of the best WWE has to offer. But can he stand tall over a main eventer? And will people say, wow, he's good. He's up there. He's on the top of his game. He should be on the main event. This is the perception WWE needs people to see and believe. I think he's there, in my opinion. So, not exactly win. Roman Reigns doesn't exactly need to win the match. He could, but he needs to come out on top at SummerSlam. This, just like WrestleMania, is a stage where stars are born and stars get bigger. Moving on, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. Well, last pay-per-view, I was hoping it was the match I really wanted to see. And they did that all schmoz with kicking Dean out of the building and him coming back and the count-out finish and or something. That was fun, but the people wanted to see the match. They've been building up the storyline so well. It's sort of a stalker angle that's been taken to the extreme, and I like it. I really like it. Ambrose is fresh. Rollins is asserting himself as a great heel, and I want to see this match. Truth be told, the lumberjack match stipulation wasn't really necessary for me. A singles match would have done enough, but I think it adds a layer to this match. Just as a steel cage would, or maybe in a few months, a Hell in a Cell, because I see this match taking on a certain curve. We start off with the lumberjack match, and maybe the stipulation doesn't work as it should. Lumberjacks fight amongst each other. It usually happens. We escalate that to a steel cage match, where, and this is why I'm giving Dean Ambrose the victory on SummerSlam. So in Night of Champions, let's say they have a steel cage match where Seth Rollins escapes, winning, but escaping, ultimately proving a point as he's a coward, and Dean needs to get him one more time in a contained environment. And what better contained environment is there in WWE than the Hell in a Cell? That's what I want to see out of the storyline, an escalating curve of matches that will lead to a Hell in a Cell between these two. Because in my opinion, these guys are the two best reasons to watch WWE right now. Rollins is amazing. Ambrose is fresh. I like to say he's like the new age. He's a new Jake Roberts. His promos are fresh, just like Jake the Snake Roberts were. So I'm a big fan, of course, also of Seth Rollins. So I want to see this played out for as long as possible, without becoming stale, of course, but as long as possible. Next up, Divas title match. AJ Lee defends against Paige. Now, this is a cute little storyline, but kind of thrown together a bit. The frenemies thing, and now Paige turning heel, which I think is a great decision, of course. I don't really like it, even though these are my two favorite divas on the roster, which tells you something about the storytelling. Well, not the storytelling, but the storyline itself. And Paige and AJ are doing the best with what they have. I'll give them credit, but it doesn't captivate. And, oh, that's right. It's the Divas division. They don't do much with it, unfortunately. So, let's say AJ retains, but we have Night of Champions coming up, and we can always have another rematch, because God knows they can't do anything else with the other divas. Oh well. Next up, Jack Swagger versus Rusev. Flag match. Now, the dirt sheets are saying they haven't decided on the rules of the match. In my opinion, it should just be what it is, a flag match. Flags on opposite sides of the ring. First man to get his flag from the opponent's corner wins. That's as simple as it can be. And here's why I think it should be like this. Jack Swagger should get the win here. It's SummerSlam. It's a big patriotic gimmick he has, so we should get a win, but it shouldn't be a pin already. It shouldn't. Rusev shouldn't have to be pinned yet. He could in a few months or crap next week, for all I care, but let's have a decent, real, as advertised flag match, and Swagger can go over. No problem. Next up, we have a grudge match. Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. Now, this storyline was pretty good. Was decent. The whole getting arrested angle with Stephanie, that worked out great. But then, last Raw, they did that thing with the Megan chick, and it just was crap. They were like, alright, we have this good, decent little angle. Let's overcomplicate it even more. Now Daniel Bryan had an affair with this girl, allegedly. Of course they went ahead and said, allegedly. Of course he didn't. Come on. And they shit the bed, pretty much. So that added nothing to this match. Who's going to win? Well, in the end, once again, because this is SummerSlam and we have to send the folks home happy, I'd say Brie Bella should get the win here. And do they want to continue with this? I don't know. Should they? I hope not. But, well, I don't see any other outcome, really. Stephanie could win, but why drag this on any longer? I don't think anyone's really interested in this. Next up, Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. I saw a lot of people mad because on the last pay-per-view, Jericho won. And oh my god, Chris Jericho should only come back to lose to the new guys, to build them up, just like he did with Fandango on WrestleMania. But why? Why can't he get a win on a pay-per-view against the guys trying to build up? Why would people assume, well, he got the win, that's it, let's go to a different story? Of course that wasn't going to happen. So, Bray Wyatt lost to Chris Jericho. Now we have a match at SummerSlam without the rest of the family at ringside. So it will truly be Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Why can't Bray Wyatt win now? I think he will. And it will be a great way to build up Bray Wyatt. Because, well, Bray lost with the help of the Wyatt family against Chris Jericho last month. But if he wins at SummerSlam alone, it will be huge. And a third match will happen. Oh, shit. Damn flies. A third match will happen. And ultimately, Bray Wyatt will win. This is how we're building up Bray Wyatt. Why? Well, Jericho had to get the first win. I think he was coming back. He deserved the first win. Now, on the big stage, Wyatt gets the second win. That's logic. They're doing this as a way to correct what they did with the Cena-Wyatt storyline back at WrestleMania. Because back then, people were saying, well, Bray Wyatt should have won against John Cena at WrestleMania. And sure enough, yes, we should have. But now, we give Jericho a needed win at a minor pay-per-view, give Wyatt the major win at the major pay-per-view, and send it off to Night of Champions with Wyatt winning again. And the story, Jericho can go on to do something else. Bray Wyatt wins a lot by defeating a real veteran and fan favorite like Chris Jericho. And we arrive at our main event of SummerSlam. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, John Cena defends against Brock Lesnar. This is going to be a tough match to call. Now, I love how they built up this match. People were going off, oh my god, but Cena already beat Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. How are they going to address that? Heyman did a great job. Heyman was the MVP of this feud. He built this up so well. John Cena did his part, but Heyman was so good during the promos. The man's a genius and did a great job and should be credited for what should be a great main event. Now, who's coming out of this as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion? People don't want Brock Lesnar as the champion. People want a champion who's there every week. John Cena fits that bill to a T. It's John Cena. He's there. He's everywhere. He's John Cena. I like to say John Cena is the champion who doesn't need a championship. He's just a champion. That's who he is. That's what WWE made him. He's the champion that doesn't need a championship. But giving the title to Brock Lesnar would make it so that, well, he would come by once a month and defend the title, and Heyman would be on Raw addressing the promos and helping the feuds go along for the pay-per-views. Would that be it? Would Lesnar show up more? See, and on the reverse end of the coin, what if Cena wins? And here's the big deal. Boys and girls, if Cena beats Lesnar, what was the point of Lesnar beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Because now, the guy that beat The Undertaker's streak is losing to John Cena? No, Brock Lesnar is a beast that cannot be touched. He is the one in 21-1. That gives him almost an undefeated aspect that should be preserved. Otherwise, why did he win against The Undertaker? What was the point of that? Therefore, I think, yes, we might have in our hands on Sunday a part-timer as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And that's all I have to say about SummerSlam. I think it will be a great show. No title match for the tag titles has been announced. Expect something along the lines of the Fatal 4-Way or Triple Threat on the pre-show. Or maybe the United States Championship, perhaps. But I don't think anyone really cares about that title. Sorry, Sheamus. But all in all, I think this is going to be a great show. And I urge you all to watch it live on the WWE Network for only $9.99. Because, good lord, they're going to hammer that even more into your head if you don't. Or if you do. Either way, they like to hammer that shit in, don't they? Jesus. Anyway, this was the first pay-per-view breakdown. Thank you very much for watching. I have a Facebook page for my Portuguese show, SmackDown. So if you want, feel free to check it out at facebook.com/SmackDownOficial. It's in Portuguese. I'll leave a link in the description. Of course, the Facebook page is in Portuguese, but if you shoot me a message in English, I'll be glad to answer it. And, of course, give your support to iswrestlingnews.blogspot.pt. Great news site coming up, starting something new. The guys there are doing a great job, so be sure to support them and check out the website. That's all for this pay-per-view for SummerSlam. Next time, it will probably be Night of Champions. But don't worry, TNA fans. I will also cover the TNA pay-per-views. The real pay-per-views, not the free on Spike TV shit or the one-night-only crap. The real pay-per-views like Bound for Glory. So that should be coming down the pipeline soon enough. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.